Okay, live.
Hi guys, welcome to our second live tutorial. If you're here, if you've logged on or you're on, just give us a wave. Well, it's not like I can see camera anyways. Lisa's got one, so she'll be able to respond to you on Facebook. I don't even know if you can respond on Instagram anyways. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, we've got our chicken, our flour, our eggs. I use 3 eggs, and all our bit of spices that we talked about. Okay, the first thing you want to do is, if you've got a little bit of turmeric or curry powder, just put it in your flour. Okay, that's optional. So I'll put that in my flour with a bit of all-purpose, or a bit of all-purpose, bit of garlic, just to kind of flavor the flour. So obviously we're going to season our meat, but just put a little bit of flavor in our flour. The curry powder, the turmeric, is just to give it a little bit of color, but that's optional. The curry powder or turmeric, that's optional, but definitely put a bit of salt or all-purpose in it. A bit of your garlic, if you've got garlic powder. One of the things we do, we use both fresh and powder when we cook. So first thing, get our chicken, and we're gonna get all the things in our chicken. And then we're gonna season. We're gonna just rub that all together. Now, technically, guys, this should have been done yesterday, and then just been sitting in the fridge overnight. Okay, so we're doing it this way. Well, anytime you do any Caribbean food, the best thing to do is always to put your seasoning on, and just leave it in the fridge to marinate overnight, just to get its flavor. Just to get the flavor bedded in. Go ahead and turn your stove on. If you've looked, we're using a proper Caribbean Dutch pot. You flip that on first. And just get your oil really hot. Now the thing about the oil, if you're using a deep fat fryer, that's perfectly fine. You don't want to cover your meat with oil, but you want to have a lot of oil in the pot. So I use one of the small bottles, all of it, because you don't want to cover your meat necessarily in a pot. In a deep fry, it's different. It would just drop in, and it's perfectly fine. But when we're frying it like that, we don't necessarily fill the pot with oil, and it doesn't have to be like the deep fry. Is everybody there? Everybody all right?
Damien says hi. He's laughing at your gloves.
Thanks, Damien. I'm just trying to be, not very.
Even though we're eating it.
Not very Caribbean with the gloves in it. I know.
Michelle said hello. Lee said hi on Instagram.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lee. Sophie, you there? Victoria, there? Kat, you there?
Yeah, I think they're on
Everybody
Instagram,
there?
maybe.
Okay. So now we gotta wait for the oil to get hot. This is so important, though. Leaving that to sit and marinate. That's where you get the flavor. It's no different to any meat at all you're cooking. It's just nicer if it's sitting overnight. Yeah, so...
David tell you to take them off.
Damien, I'm going to take them off in a minute, mate. I know they're a bit gay, aren't they? Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah.
Damien,
Okay.
you've made him feel so awkward about the gloves.
Alright, Damien, the gloves are gone. The gloves are gone. Yeah, so we're just waiting for your oil to get hot. Has everybody done this so far? So important. Is everybody at the same level I'm at?
Nikki's watching on Instagram.
Hopefully you're all at the same position I'm at. You've got your meat all marinate seasons on. You little bit of seasoning in your flour. and your eggs ready. So we're just waiting for the oil to get hot. It's really simple. I mean, the main thing about doing a fried chicken is getting your marinade right. Just getting a little bit of flavor in the flour, because obviously we're gonna dip the chicken in the flour, and then in the egg. So you don't want to just have a bland flour, you know, bland coating. You want a little bit of flavor in your coating. I've not put any black pepper in, any kind of pepper in, because obviously my little one's gonna have some. So I don't want to. She likes to moan about a little bit of pepper. So yeah. So now we're just waiting for the oil. Damien, are you cooking? Or are you just watching?
He's just here to bully you.
Oh.
I don't know, let's see what he says.
Now guys, how do you all feel about next week? We're doing a little bit of barbecue. So basically we've got a few barbecues, but we got a small little round one. It don't matter if you got disposable, whatever you've got, you know, but next week we'll do what we're doing here. And then we'll take it outside, you know, we'll have a little barbecue, so you can all have a little barbecue together.
Sophie Kawaful said, what temperature should the fryer be? Like really hot to start, isn't
it?
it?
Yeah, just get it really hot to start. Get your pot really, really hot, you know.
She's using a deep fat fryer.
Or your deep fat fryer, so get it really hot. And then after you've put your meat in, or just before you put your meat in, you just want to turn that maybe halfway down. You know, or a little bit above half, really. It's a bit different for me, because I'm more a pot man than a deep fat fryer man. I need to get one, love. I need to get one, because it's a whole lot easier. Oh, we got one that we haven't been using it.
Damien said he's watching today. He cooks his different. He does his different.
Oh.
So do I, to be fair. But everyone's got their own little way, don't they? Michelle said, sing a song while you're waiting.
Oh. Oh, no singing, no singing, Michelle.
Lee said, don't tease me, Uncle Andrew, I'll miss your cooking. Well, you need to get down here, Lee, for some of it then.
Okay, so while we're waiting now, if you notice...
That feels really hot now, to be honest.
I don't necessarily want to have my onions on that, so I will just take that off for now. Just the onions, leave everything else.
Egg first. So he's just put it in the flour, but it should be in the egg first.
I use the glass actually.
Supposed to put the egg to hold the flour.
Yeah. Sorry guys, there you go. First mistake. Me eggs first. And this is where I had my gloves on, Damien. Jesus.
Oh, Damien had cornmeal porridge for breakfast, homemade. Oh. We were just talking about making some of that for the kids the other day, actually.
Okay, so sorry guys. So yeah, take your onions off. Dip your chicken in your eggs.
Oops. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Instagram people. I'm trying to pan it around. I've just dropped you all. It's like proper old going wrong today.
Oh, no.
This is the reality of how real we are. If it goes wrong, we just crack on. None of this Ainsley Harriott cutting a scene and cropping it here.
Okay, so after we get the get that on. That could be a bit hot. Could be a bit hotter, but get your once your stove is hot enough, get your chicken in. Is everybody at this position? Sophie, are you here yet? Anybody else cooking? Are you here yet? Are you at this point? Are you keeping up? Everybody's a bit quiet, or is it?
Yeah, I think they all just must be concentrating. Damien's loving the errors. No pressure, I'm not watching. You make him nervous about the gloves. Look, it all went downhill from there. I think we need a new phone holder because that one doesn't rotate. Clearly the phone just falls off.
I was going to buy one the other day and totally let my brother because I thought I've got one. How are we all getting along, guys?
See how, because the oil's so hot, when you put it in, it's going to sizzle. Even if it was hotter, it would really sizzle when you first drop it in.
And that's what you want, really. You want it to be, you know, you really want it, you know, my pot wasn't hot enough to start, but, you know, just crack on. I'm gonna get all mine in my pot.
Sophie said all good, thanks, so she must be keeping up.
Good, Sophie.
Gary said they look nice. They'll be on the menu, Gary, over the next couple of weeks. We're going to add some fried chicken onto the menu.
And Debs, Debs, are you there? I know you were keen earlier on.
I'm sure that she did come on, yeah.
Come on, guys, say hello, don't be shy.
Luke's watching. Luke, you need to get cooking. Do your mum and dad a little treat.
Okay, one of my biggest nightmares is having mess in the kitchen, so, you know, all that flour sprinkling is doing my head in. I'm gonna get these out of the way. Now, one thing, let me wash my hands.
Joe, you need to try this. Yeah, you have a go at home. Like, this tutorial will be posted on YouTube. We've started a YouTube channel for all these tutorials. So basically, I shared the link on our page, I think yesterday or the day before. So if you go subscribe to the YouTube, you'll never miss the tutorials. And you can watch them back as often as you want to then. Kim said, I made it this time, excited. Damien said, when lockdown is over, barbecue, bring a sample of your own cooking. Yeah, we were going to do a barbecue tutorial next week, actually, Damien. Michelle said, what flour is that? Is it plain or self-raising?
Just plain.
Plain flour. But we added seasoning to it, Michelle. You'll see at the beginning of the tutorial that we added some stuff to it. Luke said, hi, Drew. What about me, Luke? It's not really nice.
Luke. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to clean up the mess, which...
Paul, Mark... Oh, Stacey, I've done this loads before. It's lovely. Yeah, it's really simple, isn't it, to do? Paul, always look mega. Don't do the phone as a side, though, guys. He must have seen the phone fall into the thing.
Okay, guys. While you're watching that cook, or you cooking, all of this little flavored onion and thyme that we took off the chicken. Now this is perfect to make your sauce, your gravy, or your sauce, because obviously, you won't have any sauce if you're doing it with a bit of rice or whatever you're doing with fried chicken with.
Dry.
So what you do, just add a touch of water on that, bit of barbecue sauce, bit of tomato sauce, a touch of sugar, and that turns into a nice gravy. And if you've got some sweet and sour sauce, even more yummy.
Michelle, I didn't see it advertised. That's strange. What we do generally is we post the recipe. Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
Ready for like the following couple of days. So I think we posted this on Friday, actually, wasn't it?
We posted I think last Thursday it was posted.
Yeah, just have to, probably because we post a lot on the page, it goes down the feed. If anybody doesn't see what we need for the tutorial, just drop us an inbox, because we're going to do them every Tuesday. So you can always just drop us an inbox to ask what it is this week and what you need to get. Stacey, can't wait for new things. Yeah, we've got so much planned this year. It's actually crazy. We just need this lockdown to be over so we can crack on. Scottish is watching. Kim, the worst bit waiting, literally.
I know. I guess you're all waiting now. Is everybody at this stage? Anybody who's actually doing it with us? Are you at this stage? Sophie, I know you're with us. Debs, are you with us?
Jodie said hi. Hi, Jodie. Stacey said, do you heat the sauce up with the onion in, as obviously it's touched raw meat? Yeah, so you would need to fry that up with the sauce.
You literally put it in a little pot and just let it cook.
Yeah, sorry, that probably didn't sound too... So we wouldn't keep it in there and add the ketchup and things.
So you just put that all in a pot and just let it simmer on a low heat for about 15-20 minutes.
So the onion goes nice and soft as well. Damien said, do you oven your chicken after frying?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, Damien, I don't oven it after frying. I think when you do a barbecue, I sometimes do it myself. When you're doing a barbecue, I think sometimes it's nice to like pre-cook your chicken so after you've marinated, put it in your oven for half an hour, on 160, 170, just to give it a little cook through, and then put it on the barbecue. But that's the only way I'd ever use the oven before. But you wouldn't, because I think if you put the chicken in the oven now, it can get a bit dry, so I probably wouldn't do it that way. But I'm sure it would work.
Stacey said, No, not Stacey. Sophie said she got a bit messy. Can you repeat about the sauce, the gravy? She didn't hear that bit.
Okay, so everything that you took off your chicken, your onion and your bits that you left off your chicken, if you add that to a pot, put a bit of like a saucepan, put a bit of water on that, a little bit of tomato sauce, a bit of sugar,
or barbecue
bit of ketchup
sauce.
or barbecue sauce, and just leave that to simmer for about 15-20 minutes. And that will become your gravy. So if you're having this with rice or whatever you're having with it with, you know, because obviously you're not gonna have just fried chicken. It'll be dry. So you just cook a bit of sauce with it. But no, that's perfectly fine. How you getting on, Sophie?
Sophie said thanks.
So okay now. So
how long would we leave it?
So we would probably leave this for about 8 to 10 minutes before we turn it. 8 to 10 minutes one side, just make sure it's nice and crispy and cooked, and then turn it around and then leave it again for another 8 to 10 minutes. Just the main thing before you take it out, but when you're ready to take it out, guys, you just got to make sure it's nice dark brown and crunchy. Just looks really cooked. And take it out, cut it. If it's not, try a piece. If it's not cooked, just pop it back. All right, just you have to make sure it's cooked. Everybody's going to use a different temperature, so I can't tell you exactly what's going to work with your temperature. And
it varies between gas and electric, of hob and stuff, doesn't it?
So just make sure it's totally cooked.
Michelle said she likes her chicken dry, so how would she do that? Would she just leave it to cook for much longer? I mean, if you do really like it dry, you could pop it in the oven after, but then it's not really exactly fried chicken, but you could dry it out that way, or just keep it frying for much longer. But then the outside might do a little bit too much.
Might be burned. You can just put it in the oven if you want it dry, Michelle. You know what I mean? Just let it. Just don't cover it in the oven, because if you cover it, obviously it's gonna sweat and create some moisture. So just keep it uncovered and put it in the oven for an extra 20 minutes or so. I
wish we had smell vision. Literally smells so good. Sophie said she's doing great. Also, Kieran is a bit late catching up, I think. He asked what spices we put in. So it is, there is a thread with the ingredients, and I was just saying that if you look down our page, there's a link to our YouTube channel. We are going to post this there with the ingredients. But basically, a quick recap. There was, what did you put in roughly?
There's a bit of all-purpose, bit of paprika, garlic powder, garlic,
black pepper,
onion, black pepper, thyme, bit of mixed herb if you've got that. If you haven't got all-purpose, a bit of salt. Okay. So those are the things. Onions. But if you go back on the original post, you'll see them. You'll see the list of what we use
and the measurements as well.
And guys, for everybody watching, please go over to our YouTube channel. It's Daddy D's Kitchen, and like and subscribe.
There's also on there, because we did mention doing rice today, which we actually haven't done, but however, on there from a good few months ago now, we did a rice and peas tutorial on the YouTube. I can't remember whether we shared it on here at the time, but that's also on there. So if anybody is looking to learn rice and peas, that tutorial is actually already on the YouTube. And then there's also the curry chicken from last week, and now this one.
Was there anybody that we're gonna do some rice today? Just let me know, because I can talk you through that. I mean, we were gonna do some, and we're still gonna do some, but I won't do it till a bit later. Yeah. But I can talk you through that.
No problem, Kieran.
Very simple. I'm just gonna check it anyway, see what's going on. Oh, that looks okay. I'm gonna just turn mine now.
If you're using a deep fat fryer, you wouldn't need to obviously turn it like this. Just give it a shake around so that it's all definitely coated. Obviously you wouldn't need to turn them because it's going to cover all of them anyway. Okay, so we're gonna, it's hard to zoom in because of the oil bubbling, but you can generally see how the skin has crisped up, it's gone brown. You can see the seasoning on the skin as it's cooking. Okay
guys,
Mick said he can almost smell it. Love your food. Hope for plantains next time. Sure, yeah, mate. We literally just need to try and source them. Everywhere is running out of stuff.
Mick, it's difficult, mate, because obviously, normally I'm in and out of the Exeter. I can get it from the closest place I can get it. But we'll get one. We're gonna come over next we're coming over next Friday to you, mate. So we'll hopefully get some for them.
Also, if you're getting hungry watching this, the menu is up on the page for this weekend delivery. So Friday we are in Plymouth, Totnes and Kingsbridge. Saturday, Torbay, Newton Abbot, Dawlish, Teignmouth. So inbox the orders. The order book is absolutely filling up already, and we do have a limit on stuff currently. So literally inbox if you want to order. Michelle, how is the search for bun? Non-existent, love. No bun.
Thank you, Michelle, because you're gonna go shop for us, but you haven't gone. You know, and Damien is the person that's trying to come around here with machetes because I haven't got his bun. So, you know. Anyways, guys,
Kieran said you are one of the best on Facebook. Thanks, Kieran. We really appreciate that. We're just trying to get a bit more interactive. Obviously, during this lockdown, we thought rather than just be a business that's just posting menus, we thought we'd get people to learn a bit themselves. In the lockdown, if you can learn a new skill like Caribbean cooking, then why not? Okay, guys, I don't want to really sit here for the whole time that everything is gonna take to cook. Long. So. Is there any more questions? The people who are cooking, I don't want to leave you guys alone. Oh, well, you know you can always drop us a message, guys. When you finish your cooking, also, please just post it on the page, in the comments. Yeah, let us see what they look like. See what you've been doing, and we'll do the same. You know what I mean? I'll do ours a bit later when Lisa's gonna do the rice. We'll do ours a little bit later. Sophie's asking for you to talk her through the rice. Okay, the rice to Sophie. Okay, so if you've got because they'll probably be using the saucepan, it's just them two, wouldn't they? So let me do that because we'll prep the rice now, just to show you the amount of water and things like that. Obviously, wash the rice, blah, etc., etc. Tracy, yeah, definitely. Tracy, we're just saying you can find us on YouTube now with all the recipes, so have a peek on there if you want to get your cook on at the weekend. Okay. Rice packet isn't opening now. It's just like not working. So I'm gonna do just over a half a pack of a little kilo bag. So 3/4 pack of a kilo bag. And how many people would that do for, roughly? About 5? 5, 6, yeah. So a kilo bag would do about 10. So you're looking at around 100 gram of rice per person, or like a cupful. It depends, I guess, how much you like to eat. So he's just washing the rice. So obviously you would continue to keep washing water through it, tipping the water out until it's pretty much clear, because you're washing out the starch from the rice. Otherwise you're going to get really sticky rice. Kim, thanks Kim. Yeah, we just thought it's nice to share some recipes, because a lot of people are just looking for things to do, aren't they? And a lot of people aren't sure how to do the cooking or what spices to use, so we just thought it was something different to bring to the page. Some rice are different. Some rice, you know, you can wash it 2 times. Some longer, and you can wash it a couple of times, and you'll be fine. But like this one, I've done it 4 times. So if you have that amount of rice, Sophie, you just want to probably come up here with your water. So I'm going to get some water in. Also, before we go, obviously we don't want to make the tutorial too long, but we want to make sure we've helped everyone. Does anybody want us to make the gravy quickly as well before we go offline? Because it doesn't take long, does it? So we can show them exactly how to start it. Okay, so that is it. That is my amount of water to my rice. Then I'm going to add a bit of salt. That's going to go. Got no hands to turn it down. Okay, so then I'm gonna after that, Sophie, I'll cover it. You can put a bit of butter in it, a couple of tablespoons of butter in it if you want to, and then I'll just turn that on high, and you let that boil. Let it boil for possibly bring it to boil and let it boil for about 5-10 minutes. Not stirring it.
Not stirring it. When the water starts to reduce and the rice is half cooked, then you turn it right down and just let it just steam out. If you've put too much water in it, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have sticky rice. So you've got to judge it so well. Better to have a slightly less amount of water than too much. But so if it's when it's steaming out, when the water is steaming out on a low fire, you can always add a bit if you realize it just needs a little bit more water. All right, it's really simple.
Okay, so that's the rice that way. So chicken's almost ready, pretty much. You want to show them how to cook this gravy or not?
It's simple. Okay, for the gravy, guys, I'm just going to talk you through it again. Let me get a little saucepan.
Lynn, yeah, give it a go and share with us how it turns out. Thanks, Ella.
So,
hi, Deborah. Okay,
so for my gravy.
So this was left from the seasoning at the beginning, obviously. So
I'm going to add a little bit of
ketchup.
Sorry, that's Lisa.
That was actually barbecue sauce, not ketchup. Sorry, my bad.
So I'm going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce to that. I added a bit of barbecue sauce to that. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of sweet chili.
But again, this would be personal choice. So you could use ketchup if you didn't want to use barbecue. Just depends really how you want to, what flavours you like. Some people prefer one sauce to the other. It's pretty generic, this one, because the seasoning is what will flavour it. So
and
a bit of sugar,
and a touch of sugar.
To make it nice and sweet.
And then I'll just stir that and just cook that on a low heat for 15-20 minutes
until the onions are soft.
And that's it, you know.
And that's the gravy. So then you would do your rice, your chicken, gravy, job done. And as you'll see, that's taken maybe half an hour. Obviously you would wait for your rice, but if you put your rice on at the same time, you could easily knock this dinner out in half an hour. It's a really simple, quick one. If you don't put too much spice, kids love it as well. It's great. So any more questions before we go? Tracy said she does 1 cup of rice, 2 cups water. Would that be about the right amount?
Yeah, possibly. Possibly a touch less water, but yeah, that's what they teach you, especially with a rice cooker. It's 1 to 1.
She uses 2 water, 1 rice.
2 water, 1 rice.
Yeah.
If you're doing a lot, if you're doing a lot of rice,
that'd be too much.
That'd be too much. You know what I mean? So
you just want it to be about an inch above your level of rice, don't you?
Yeah. Possibly for every 2 cups of rice, you'd use possibly 1.5 cups of water. Don't double it up.
Victoria, yeah, you can save the video or you can catch it up on YouTube. I'm going to upload it to YouTube when we're finished. Daddy Lou's Kitchen on YouTube. The one from last week is there as well, and also the rice and peas tutorial. Okay guys, I think we're going to go because we don't want these videos to drag out.
Thank you guys.
Thanks everybody for watching.
See you later.
And don't forget, just drop the pictures below if you cook it so we can see how they look.
I know you're cooking, Sophie, so anybody else cooking, Sophie, if you got any question, just drop us a message, and we can still talk you through it. Alright? Or send us a number and we'll give you a tinkle. But see you guys later.